Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Thursday night live stream. I'm Clifton. Welcome to Bourbon Bites, and I will be Cliffy by the end of the night because we are drinking 6 different Elijah Craig barrel proof store picks. Now, I've been fortunate enough to both buy a lot of these on my own and be sent samples by you guys. So I'm going to put 6 of them head to head, see which one's my favorite, whether it's based on age, based on proof, based on individual store. There's a lot of variables. This is a very non-scientific flight, but it should be a lot of fun. So if you're tuning in live, hello, welcome, enjoy the chat. If you're watching the replay, leave a comment down below. Tell me about your experience with Elijah Craig barrel proof store picks. I've had, pretty much everyone I've had, everyone that I've had more than once, I have in front of me. I've had some samples from some friends that I've already finished long, long ago. But I do have, like I said, 3 bottles in front of me and 3 different samples. So a total of 6 different picks. So I'm very, very excited to get into these. But I want to say some hellos to some folks here in the chat. Emily's here, as well as Donnie. And Francis can't have too much Heaven Hill. I agree 100% with that. James Taylor's in the chat. Cheech Artolino, cheers to you, my friend. Livewire Whiskey, cheers. All the YouTubers showing up. Kathy Joe, Women of Whiskey. Got my Cliffy Bus t-shirt in the mail today, and I love it so much. Well, I'm glad you love it. I put a Instagram story up today to promote the stream, and I totally use that music because the Cliffy Bus is coming today for sure. Zover says it's Thursday and it's Bourbon Bites time. Indeed it is. And I actually don't have anything in my glass yet because I knew after drinking 6 of these, I'm going to be a mess. So I might as well just go ahead and get them in my glass. Now, disclaimer, I guess, like I said, 3 of these I've had bottles of for a while. 3 I've never had before. I don't have any biases. I have one that I think I really, really enjoy, but I've never done a comparison. So I'm really excited to see how these end up on whether I prefer the younger ones, whether I prefer the higher proof ones. I'm very, very curious. Jen A in the chat as well. Jen, cheers. Good to see you. Hope y'all are enjoying your Thursday evening. I know it's relatively late there, but I appreciate y'all tuning in. All right, so there's one issue I have with this stream is I don't know the age, unfortunately, of 2 of these. So I'm going to show the sample bottles. I unfortunately don't remember who sent me these. If you are in the chat and you sent me these samples, first of all, sorry. Second of all, please let me know if you know the age on these. I'm going to show y'all the ones I was able to find. So all of mine that I have the full bottles of are 10 years. This one is a Liquor Outlet Wine Cellars pick. I was able to find this one online. This one actually is a 8-year pick. So 133.9. The 2 that I don't know the age of are this one. This one is BSB number 236. I'm not sure what that stands for, unfortunately. BSB 236 Nanny's Batch. If anyone in the chat happens to know where that's from, want to do some internet sleuthing like I did earlier, please let me know. And then the last one is this one, this Imperial Liquors private pick. Looks like it's 142.1 proof. So if anyone has any idea where these come from, or more importantly, what the age is, I'd love to know the age on these. Kathy Joe says BSB equals Backstreet Boys, obviously. Yeah, of course, the Backstreet Boys pick. DMC in the chat, what's up? Adam Free, running a little late. Oh, good, Adam, good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Maybe you're the one who sent me these picks and you can answer all my questions. And make sure to hit the like button. Yes, it does help out the channel. If you're ready to see Cliffy get turned on Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, my favorite kind of drunkenness, hit the thumbs up button because let's go. All right, so I'm going to start with what I believe might be the youngest one here, which is the Liquor Outlet Wine Cellars. This one is 133.9 proof. BSB. That's exactly what I read is when I saw it Cheech. I'm like, brown sugar bourbon? I don't think so. I think it's some kind of boys. I feel like someone told me this at one point. It's like BS Boys or not Backstreet. Don't get too excited, Kathy Joe. But yeah, I do not recall exactly what BSB stands for. I wish I did because I could do a little bit more research, but could not find that info. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get them all poured at the same time. Why not? We're having a ECBP party here. Steven Sussman in the chat. What's up, Steven? Good to see you, man. I'm going to have to, Cliffy getting lit, says Emily. Oh, yeah. Maybe the after party is going to be fun tonight is all I got to say. All right, I'm going to get all these poured just so they're all have an equal opportunity to be ranked as my number one ECBP pick that I've had. Now, of course, this is all in good fun. It's not necessarily like I'm just imagining like this is me doing a pick, and I'm just saying like, oh, I've had all these. I'm picking a barrel. Unfortunately, I'm not. I would love the opportunity to, but we're gonna pretend, right? We're gonna pretend which store matches my palate the best, and see which one is my preferred ECBP. Although I'm sure they're all great. Like I've not had a bad one yet. I've had some that were the younger ones that were a little young. They taste a little young. But for the most part, I've really enjoyed every single one of these. So, Fred says, looks like those are New York or New Jersey. If it wasn't Steven, then maybe Whiskey My Wedding Ring. Oh, okay. Maybe. Does anyone have, I don't think it was Steven. I don't think, unless I've had them for far too long. If anyone wants to ask Whiskey My Wedding Ring, maybe it was a chance. I mean, there's also, that's actually probably, he did send me samples. If anyone wants to hit up David and like if you have him on Discord or Facebook, chime and find out like what his if he has any info on these. I put a picture on Discord if you want to forward the picture. Yeah, so okay. All 6 Elijah Craig barrel proofs are poured. I'm excited to dive in. So let's go ahead and start with the one that I know is an 8-year. Now, like I said, I've had an 8-year before. It was back in South Carolina, a store there. And yeah, I thought it was fine. I just didn't think it had the depth and character of some of the older ones. But you know, maybe this pick's a bit different. This is the first time I've had this one. Yeah, Steven said I don't think it was you either, Steven. I've had these for a while, but not that long. So like I said, this Liquor Outlet Wine Cellar is 133.9 proof. These are all up there in proof. The next one, some of the ones that I have, funny enough, all of my California ones that I've had are lower than that. They're all 120 something proof, but this one's the youngest, so we're going to start with that one just for that reason. So let's go and give it a nose. Oof, man, being the first whiskey I've had tonight, I can definitely tell it on the nose. It's interesting because it has a bit of like an ashy quality to it, like almost like you just put out like a cigar or something. Getting a little bit of that. Sorry, just checking. My phone was like, oh, okay. That's just Fred in Discord. I was like making sure no one's messaging me about the pick. Fred, if you get an answer to that, I'm putting on Do Not Disturb just so my phone doesn't blow up during the stream. But if y'all get an answer, let me know. Yeah, but on the nose of this, it's almost it's a little ashy. Speaking of ashy, like thank God, like we're not having the wildfire. For those of you that are affected by the wildfire fires, I'm so sorry. Hopefully things clear up there soon. And I've just seen all the pictures. I don't miss that. We had that last year, and it's not fun. Yeah, this one's on the nose. It's like a bit astringent. It's got a bit of like a bit of a sour quality to it on the nose, which I've had on some younger Heaven Hill products. Smells a little crafty, believe it or not. Like, I mean, I know it's not because I know this distillery so well, but there's a lot of like young some notes that I would get from maybe a smaller barrel, which I know they're not using. Yeah, let's go ahead and give it a taste. I'm excited to try. Like I said, the nose isn't blowing me away, but maybe the palate will change my mind. Cheers, y'all. Oh, wow. Oh, so sweet. Probably one of the sweetest Elijah Craig barrel proofs I've had. It does taste more on profile now that I've tried it. On the nose, it was throwing me. It was a little bit like, smelled a little young, smelled a little crafty. On the palate, though, it's got the oak. It's not quite as deep and rich and flavorsome as some of the Elijah Craig I've had. It does have a little bit of that like green oakiness note to it, which I do get on some younger whiskeys. But overall, I mean, that's not bad at all. If that's where we're starting, I think it's gonna either go up from here or like all be just as good. So it's hard to judge the first one because we haven't had anything to compare it to. So we're gonna revisit that one. We're gonna come back to it. We're gonna actually go ahead and move over to my California ones because, like I said, I know the age on those. They're all relatively lower proof. And the last two I don't know. Maybe we'll get an answer before the end of the stream. Steven said, move most of my collection up to my new place today. My arms are killing me. Oh man, I bet. It's always tough. I don't trust movers with my whiskey collection, so I pack them myself and put them in my car and then make multiple trips. Yeah, that's always tough. But hopefully everything made it safer. Air qualities, at least in central New York, is way better due to the rain and shift in wind. That's great to hear. Sounds like an 8 to 9 year. Yeah, I mean it is. Okay, I know that for a fact for that one, but the others I don't know. But these next three are 10-year old. Okay, so they're going to be 2 years older than that one. I've had these all before. One of them is from K&L Wine and Spirits. One is from Mission Wine and Spirits, and the last one is from Circus Liquor. All local San Fernando Valley, Hollywood area stores close to me. Um, so let's go and try the first one, which is Sylvia's Secret Stash. This is from K&L Wine and Spirits. This one comes in at 124.1 proof. This is the lowest proof we're drinking tonight. A lot more, I don't want to say mellow on the nose, but a lot less. I use the word astringent for the first one. It definitely just like the first one, the ear just like jumped out of the glass with that sweetness and that oakiness. This one's definitely more tame. It's almost nosing a bit more like a Knob Creek. It has that super dense older wood note that I love in a good well-aged whiskey. Not nearly as sweet on the nose. There is some darker like berry notes there. I don't know if it's whether it's like a cherry or a, I don't know. It's really dark. Maybe fig is probably the better direction. It's not as bright as a cherry. What's up, Five Fingers? Cheers to you. I don't know. This nose, it's simpler, but at the same time, it's more balanced, I think. So let's try the 10-year in comparison to the 8-year. Oh yeah. Oaky goodness. Those extra 2 years of age have just escalated this whiskey so far. And that's what, the whole dilemma about them removing the 12-year age statement from the batches. I did a review a couple weeks back on the new B523, which is the first batch ECBP that's less than 12 years old. Check out that stream for my review on that. I was pretty surprised by it. It actually impressed me more than I thought. So yeah, if you new here, you're not watching any of my streams before, I go live every Thursday night, same time, whether I'm doing a themed flight, a blind flight, or even have some brand reps on. I always try to put on a good show for the hour or so I have y'all here. So I appreciate y'all tuning in and hitting the thumbs up. Always does help out the channel for sure. Forgot to ask y'all, what are y'all drinking on? Do y'all have some Elijah Craig Barrel Proof or Elijah Craig Toasted or Elijah Craig Rye, Elijah Craig Bourbon? What do you got? Heaven Hill? Let's broaden it. Bourbon? How broad can we go? Whiskey? Do you have any whiskey? Do you have any distilled spirits? Do you have anything that'll get you drunk? Let me know what's in your glass. All right, let's move on to the second 10-year I have here. This is from Mission Wine and Spirits. Now, this is a pick that I'm very, very fond of. I have multiple bottles of this pick. Not to say that it's necessarily better than the others. It's just one that I could get my hands on multiple times. So that's why I've gotten multiples of this pick. This one, I remember distinctly reminded me of like a peanut butter kind of note. Let's see if I can still get that. On the nose, it's like a blend of the first two. By the way, proof on this one is 125.6. So like relatively similar to the last 10-year we had. It's less, you know what it's more like? It's like a really dry peanut butter, like a natural peanut butter, or even like, what am I trying to think of? It's like a flaky peanut butter that you have in like a cracker or something. It's kind of reminding me of that. Oh, it's the weirdly enough, it reminds me of the peanut butter in those cheddar crackers. What are they? They're like the orange crackers with the thin layer of peanut butter in them. Kind of reminded me of that. Not that it smells cheesy or anything, but it does have a little bit of those baked qualities like that. I don't know why that was the first thing that went in my mind, but it does have some nuttiness there. Again, you could fool me into thinking I'm drinking Knob Creek. Steven said he's having a beer first. Omegang 3 Philosophers. Interesting. I haven't heard of that one. Sounds good. Adam says Elijah Craig 18 to start. Been drinking. That's what you used that word last week, and I didn't even attempt to pronounce it then. I'm still not gonna pronounce it now. Start cooking dinner, so I'll be following the Cliffy Bus. Well, hopefully you can join us on the Hangout. Donna Sheeta, happy Thursday to you, my friend. You're one of the people I tagged on Discord being like, who sent me these samples? Although now that Fred said whiskey in my wedding ring, I think it might actually be him. If anyone wants to hit him up, let me know. Because I think that sounds like the most likely who sent me these. I think 18 to start with, though, for Adam. That's a great starter. Holy crap. All right, let's go ahead and taste the Mission Wine and Spirits 10-year-old Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Oh yeah. Wow. So sweet. Does go nutty. A little cheesy. No, I'm just kidding about the cheesy. Am I? Okay. More in the cream cheese realm than like cheesy, like cheddar cheese. But overall, that is a dessert. That is the sweet, probably not as quite as sweet as the 8 year, but it's sweetness combined with depth. It has the depth of the older oak, the nuttiness of the peanut butter. That's a contender right there. And I had a feeling that was the one that after like having all three of these bottles, I always found myself drawn to that one. Again, never done a comparison, never done a side by side or anything, but flavor wise, just right up my alley with that one. So I'll show you the bottle. I guess I can show. I forget I have bottles of these, so I can show you. This is the one I'm drinking right now. It's the Mission Wine and Spirits 10-year, 125.6 proof. Sweet peanut buttery goodness. And the one we had just before that was this one, the Sylvia's Secret Stash from K&L, 10 years old. Also very, very good. And we're gonna taste through these first and then rank them because why not? Why not? It's Thursday night. I can do what I want. My stream. But next, let's move on to our. I know I feel like I'm rushing through these, but it's because I want to have some time to do some comparison back and forth, and also give people time to give me some answers on these two mysterious ones that I don't have the info on. I don't know what BSB stands for, or who did Nanny's batch, nor do I know who did the Imperial Liquors Private Pig. This is 142.1, by the way. This is hazmat. We're saving this one for last, no matter what. But yeah, let's go to the next one of the bottles I have here. It's another 10-year Circus Liquor here in North Hollywood. 127.2 proof, 10 years old. Yeah, that's the info on that one. Circus Liquor, I used to live really close to it, but my new place is a bit further, so I don't go there as often. But they've had some really great picks in the past, and you know they price pretty fairly. They do some bundles every now and then, but it's always bundles of like things I want anyways, so like I'm okay with it. I think one of my first store picks came from Circus. Not my very first one, but like my second or third store pick I've ever had of anything came from Circus. Oh, really nice notes on this one as well. It's more sweet, sugary. It's less of like the peanut butter sweetness, but more of like a I don't want to say marshmallow, but it's definitely in that realm, right? Like the little bit, maybe like more like graham cracker with like cinnamon sugar on it. There's some spiciness there too. Mm. Another desserty one. I love that's what I love about Heaven Hill in general or Elijah Craig. Is just the sweetness, the dessertiness, the just the comfort. It makes me feel like I'm at home, like I'm just like warm by a fire, cozied up, cozied up. I'm not from West Virginia, y'all. I'm from South Carolina. Close, not that close, but cozied up, next to the fire. All right, enough jib jabbing. Let's give it a taste. Cheers. Ooh, that one. It's one of those situations where I've said it before. I've mistakenly called it one note because I feel like it's one cohesive note that you get all the way through. But when it's such a good note that has such a long finish, I feel like I'm doing a disservice by calling it a one noted whiskey. It's a really nice note. It's sweet. It's got a nice little like I said, that cinnamon kick is there more so than the other ones. Yeah, sweet. It's got a nice kick. By the way, the proof on this one, I think is it was 127 something. 127.2. Yeah. It's nice. It's not blowing me away. But we'll come back to it. We'll see how it tastes on my second or third or fourth time around. I poured small enough pours, but we got full size bottles and 2-ounce samples here. I'm not expecting to drink 246. God, could you imagine if I just drink 12 ounces of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof tonight? That sounds like a challenge. That is a challenge for another night with goals and donations and stuff. not that like super chats, but like if I was fundraising or something. But yeah, whew, that was good. I'm gonna move on, but I want to hear more from you guys. Like, have y'all had an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof store pick? If so, like, what age was it? Was it one of the younger ones, like the 8-9 years, or was it like the older 10 through 12 years? I'm curious to hear. Has there even been a older than 12-year pick? I've never seen one, but maybe there has been. Maybe like a 13. I don't know. Let me know. That sounds awesome. Again, none of these have been bad so far. They're very different, which is funny because they're all the same thing, right? There's different barrels, different places in the rick house, different times that they've been picked. I can't wait to go back through them and see which one is actually my favorite because these are all great. All right, let's move on to our first unknown one. No idea where this is from. No idea the age. Someone's probably going to comment on this like 3 years from now. I'm like, oh my God, that was my store's pick. But this is BSB number 236 Nanny's batch. And this is 130 proof. So we're basically just going up in proof from here. I know we started at the higher proof, but we started, which one did we start at? 133.9. So we started a little bit higher. Bourbon New, what's up, Patrick? I have too many. Let me go look. Hey, if you happen to have any of these, let me know. I'm very, very curious. I think most of these are East Coast picks, but would love to hear. John Cordero says had one last year with a 10-year, which was pretty tasty. Nothing close to the batch release though. I get that. I think a lot of these like are hit or miss. I say hit or miss in a very positive way. Like again, I told you, Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is my favorite bourbon. Anyone ask me what's your favorite bourbon, it's always my answer. I don't think any of them are bad. They're all better than a lot of whiskeys out there. But I do agree that the batches, especially lately, have been fantastic. So totally hear you there. I think I kind of feel the same way. Haven't, again, compared them to the batches, but we're doing all single barrels tonight. But I think in general, unless you can find a store that you just align with their palate so well, and you know that every pick they're going to do is going to knock it out of the park, then maybe the picks will be better for you. But in general, the batches have been incredible. Even the latest batch, which I said I reviewed two or 3 weeks ago. So check that out. No one recommends 12 ounces ECBP outside of Marathon. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, we'll save that for maybe when Adriana does her next Alzheimer's fundraiser, which by the way, I'm wearing her shirt today. She's doing that in July, I believe. So y'all know I'll be there to support however I can. Yeah, maybe we'll drink 12 ounces then. Marty is here. What's up, Marty? Cheers to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Heather as well. Hello, Heather. Good to see you. Hope to see you on the hangout maybe a bit later. I know Patrick was not feeling well or he's sleepy or something last time, but hopefully y'all can come hang out. I'd love to see y'all on Patreon hangout. Not Patreon. I was thinking about pulling up this thing. This is my little banner here. I have a 30-day free trial of my Patreon. If you want to check out our after party hangout, that's how you can get in on it. You can join it there and then click the Discord link on Patreon. Everyone $10 and up gets access to our after party after every Thursday night live stream. Y'all know the drill. Most of y'all here are supporters of the channel and have been here multiple times. But just wanted to remind folks, there is a free trial if you are curious about, 1, supporting the channel, and 2, seeing what our after parties are all about. July 23rd. Okay, gotcha. For Adriana's fundraiser. Y'all, mark your calendars. What day is it? A Wednesday, I assume? I just assume because her streams are always on Wednesdays. Oh, it's actually on a Sunday. Okay, I can make a Sunday work. Thank you, Kathy J. I'm gonna put that in my calendar just because Adriana stream. I'll clarify. Wait, hold on. Why is it already in my? Wait, it's already in my calendar. Did she send me an invite? Do I have an invite? It literally. I didn't type this in. I started to type Adriana and like it said Alzheimer's stream with Adriana. I must have an email invite. I'm just gonna save that. I'll do some digging. She may have already emailed us about it. That was weird though. I typed in Adriana. It's like, no, there's this stream. Thank you, Emily, for that as well. And thank you, Donnie, for all the great info. Yes, hit the thumbs up and subscribe and the bell button to be notified. I'm live every Thursday. Catch me here. And Heather liked. Thank you so much, Heather. Cheers to you. Or I had it from last year, maybe. But it like, oh, I guess I could have done that. I could have seen like, oh, you had this event last year. Either way, that was pretty cool. iPhone forever, #Apple. Did y'all watch the WWDC if they revealed the Apple, what's it called? I want to say Eyesight, but it's not called Eyesight. It's called Vision Pro. The Vision Pro. Y'all, $3,500. Please join my Patreon. Please. I want to buy it. I'm just kidding. I use Patreon money to support the channel, buy bottles, buy picks, and buy cool merch for you guys. So, but also that Apple Vision Pro. I'm just kidding. Oh, this is what Patrick has. Let's see, an 8-year a 9-year, a 10-year. Wow. Dude, we should have like swapped samples and done a whole like freaking ECBP stream. I'm down for part 2. Those sound awesome. You also have a 141.6. I have a 142.1. Save that high proof one for the very end. Let's drink that one together. But yeah, let's go ahead and try this BSB 130 proof. Don't know the age on this one, but yeah. Man, Patrick, I'm so jealous. I wish I had that info too on these. All right, BSB Nanny's batch. Oh, the nose is actually most similar to. It's funny because this smells very, very familiar. It's most similar to the Mission one, the one that got that peanut butter cheese cracker thing going on it. Getting some similar notes there. Now, again, I don't know the age on this one. Proof-wise, they're pretty similar, but it's got some of that peanut buttery goodness there. A little bit jumping out of the glass. Maybe a little bit younger, maybe like an 8 or 9. A little bit of that green sour note a little bit as well that I had on the first one. Since I don't know so much info on this, let's just go ahead and taste it. Cheers. Okay. Very similar to my first one, but a little bit more depth and a little more character. I'm going to do a little quick going back to the first one we had just before we go to Hazmat. The noses of these are pretty different, but it tasted pretty similar. There are similarities, but there's nuances between each of them. I'm excited to start ranking these and seeing which one's my favorite. Hazmat is such an easy drinker. I haven't tried one yet. I've never had a Hazmat. No, I have. I had one at in Vegas with Kristen Lowe last year. Emily says never too many. 100% agree with that. I have so many Elijah Cook barrel proof bottles, and just again, favorite bourbon ever. All right. Shall we move to Hazmat? And then we're gonna go back through. Don't worry. It's crazy that this is 20 proof points higher than some of these, but we're gonna work our way back through. But I want to give them all a first impression shot. And what better way than just going for it? And this is Imperial Liquors. No idea where that is. I think it's a California liquor store. 142.1 proof. Yowza. I tried looking this place up online. I could not find any info whatsoever on it. So that's the same one. Oh, the one from you had the Vegas one. Okay, that's the one that you have. Gotcha. Yeah, that was a really great one. All right, let's go ahead and nose this Hazmat though. Imperial Liquors. Deceivingly light nose on this one. It's kind of similar to what the K&L one was doing. It's not jumping out of the glass, but you can tell there's something brewing down it. It's a really dark, rich, a little bit chocolatey nose. I don't want to go too far in and just like sneeze everywhere. Let me do a little swish, swish, bish there. Still not too much jumping out of the glass. All right, let's try it. Hazmat Elijah Cook barrel proof. Cheers. And if y'all have some, I know Patrick has some, drink along with me. Cheers. Heather too. I know you're there. I think I'm having the same reaction, Patrick. How is that so drinkable at that high proof? I can tell it's a jump in proof. We're going from 130 to 141. Oh, sorry, 142. I can feel it when I breathe out. There's definitely a higher octane whiskey in there, but I hate to say this is so cringy, so damn smooth for Hazmat 142 proof whiskey. Oh my gosh, what is that? 71% ABV. Jesus, it's so good. Heather says, dang it. Dang it. Oh no, I told him to pour you some Hazmat ECBP. That's the worst thing in the world, Heather. Just kidding. All right. Wow. We've tasted through all 6 of these. Crushable. Absolutely. So is this one. I'm glad to hear that these are both in that realm. 142.0. Sorry, I read your name. 142 proof, Jason. 142.1. John, you know what's up. I was like, no one would have got that. They probably said, like, what did you just say? I'm glad someone got it. Smooth. It's smooth, but in like a really long stretch of the term, right? We can't call that smooth and give it to like a Jim Beam white label drinker and be like, oh, it's so smooth, man. Try it. Nah, they're not gonna think the same. All right, we have tried 6 different Elijah Craig barrel proofs. Now it's time to start doing a little bit of ranking, right? Like, again, I don't know all the info on all these, but I'd love to see which one really does come out on top. Not that I can get more bottles of these, but maybe if you see one in your area and you hear me list it, maybe it'll help you out, maybe not. Or maybe, if me telling you the proof, like, oh, like this higher proof is what I gravitate towards, or this lower age or higher age is what I gravitate towards. Hopefully that's helpful. But without further ado, let's go back through these and see which ones are coming out a little bit on top. We're gonna go back to our first one that we had. This was the Liquor Outlet Wine Cellars, 133.9 proof. 8 years old, the youngest, I think. It's opening up a little bit more in the glass now that's been sitting for a bit. Still pretty piney. Piney and green, like it's a weird note, but it's always what I describe like a younger whiskey. It has a little bit more of like the oak, less of like an oak, but more of like a broken branch. You know how like like when you break wood, sometimes it's like green, like young wood. This is kind of the note I'm getting. I don't know. Is that the way to describe? Do y'all know what I'm talking about when I say that, or am I just absolutely crazy? Because when I say young wood, I mean like literally like you break off a branch and it's like a little bit green inside. It's wet. It's like smells a little sweet, a little sour. That's the note I'm getting on this. And I always say young wood, but if there's a better way to describe that, sapling maybe. I don't know. But I always use that note. I'd love to get some confirmation that y'all know what I mean when I say that. Because I'm getting a little bit of that sweet, a little bit sour. Zopher got me, and Heather. I'm glad to hear that. I relate things to what I have experience with. So there's a lot of fruits that I don't know. As Emily knows, she always calls me out like, get this. You need to eat that. You need to eat this. You need to try this type of honey, or you don't know what you're talking about. So I love how Emily calls me out. She's really good at putting me in my place with like, you don't even know what an apricot is, which is true. But I love that. All right, let's try this 8-year again. It's not hitting like super hard. It's pretty rich though, flavor wise for being the youngest. I don't think it's my favorite. I'll say that it's lacking some character. I'm gonna go to my other one that I felt was a little one notey and see how they compare. Maybe we can find our last place. Again, none of these are bad. Every single one of these has been fantastic. So if you see any of these, buy them. But if you see 2 of them, I want to tell you which one's better. So I just moved back to the Circus 10-year. These two are pretty similar. I will say the Circus one though is a bit drier, a bit more longer finish for sure, even though the other one's higher proof. I think that the Circus liquor is more up my alley than this one. Though they're both very, very close. So don't want to put either in last place or anything yet, but let me move to what I think might be my next list. I like working backwards versus what I think is my favorite. Let me go to the BSB pick. This is the 130 proof Nanny's batch. Emily says I'm a food nerd. It's my thing. Yeah, I'm trying to be better at food. I love food. I'm just not a chef, so I don't know raw ingredients very well. Oh, this BSB pick is really great on the nose. I need to take notes. I feel like if I don't write this down right now, I'm going to lose track of I think my order will be. I'm not going to share it with y'all until I know for sure. I think I'm going to put this order so far. No spoilers. Don't read what I'm typing. All right, this is what I think my order is so far, but I'm going to go back to it. What's up, Jeffrey White? Good to see you, my friend. Hello again. I'm ranking 6 different Elijah Craig barrel proofs. We will see where I end up. I had to make my notes because I'm going to completely forget what I'm doing. I'm like, wait, are we live? Don't worry. I was going to say I've never gotten that drunk, but yeah. These guys know. Y'all have been following me for a while. All right, we're going to move back to Sylvia's Secret Stash. This is the K&L 10-year-old 124.1 proof. Lowest proof. Let's see how it stands up against the last 3 I just tried. David Goldman, cheers to you. I just splashed whiskey on you. Good thing it was Elijah Craig barrel proof. Maybe don't lick your screens. This is not taste division. Wouldn't that be cool if there was like people always talk about smell division, but imagine like we were talking about food and drinks earlier. Like, could you imagine if you could like watch something and just like have it like there for you? Although the logistics of that are really complicated. It'd be kind of cool to do like if you had like a cocktail machine where it was like you would watch videos on how cocktails are made and it was like in the background like mixing it for you. I know like Keurig made a cocktail like automatic machine. I actually have one in my basement that I haven't my basement. As if I have a basement. I live in Los Angeles. We don't have basements. In my storage unit below my apartment. There we go. It's a little more like it. Yeah, we have one of those, but it's like we haven't used it ever. We got it as a gift. All right, let's go ahead and try the Sylvia's Secret Stash. Okay. I'm not gonna reveal my list yet. We got 2 more to try, and then I'll start revealing what I think my favorites might be. Let's go to the Mission Wine and Spirits. This is the 10-year 125.6 proof. This is the one that I got super peanut buttery, little cheesy apparently. It does have a savory quality to it. Like, I'm not joking. Like, I know I said cheesy earlier. I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration, but it is a little savory. Comparatively, as much as I thought I loved this one, it's not quite hitting tonight. Not quite jumping out of the glass as much as it did when I tried it on its own. We'll see though. Once we actually do our ranking, I'm gonna like do a little A/B comparison. Let's try the last one, the hazmat one. Let's go back to it. I'm gonna do a palate cleanse here shortly. I'm also gonna add a little bit of water to each of these. I have a dropper, so I'm going to add the same amount of water to all of them. Now, like once I get my initial order in, I'm gonna add a little bit of water and see what happens. God damn, that Imperial. It proof wise, it does stand out. I mean, it's high proof, but I think it stands up. Like, it's surprisingly drinkable at such high proof. So I have my little dropper here. So I'm putting the same amount of drops, I'll put 4 drops in each. Let's see how that does. Now, they're not entirely equal. Again, this is a very non-scientific tasting, but just want to see if some water opens it up just a little bit. Patrick said, I just opened the 11-year 122.6 proof, and it's so sweet and sugary. Interesting. I got sugar on my 10-year Circus Liquor one. It's 127.2. Yours is 122. But wow, yours is so low proof. Yeah, I unfortunately don't know if I have 11 years here. Again, I have two without ages that I don't know how old they are, but sounds pretty similar to one of my 10 years. That's interesting, Patrick. All right, we've added water to all of them. Let's work our way through. Let's see if we can do a little bit of ranking, maybe find our last place. I have a couple contenders for last place. But again, I don't know what's happening outside. Hopefully it's not protesters. We've been dealing with strikes all around my workplace lately, which, totally understandable strikes, but it's like I've been so used to honking just every day of my life for the past 3 weeks. So I'm hearing outside my window at my apartment. I'm like, oh no, what are we striking now? All right, so I just put a little bit more of the liquor outlet. Sounds like little clowns out there. Do you hear them like, as long as there's not a gas station blowing up, I'm okay. OGs will remember that incident. But I feel like there's little clowns out there honking. They're going like beep, burp, beep, burp. I don't know if y'all can hear them or not. um, okay, okay, not bad at all. Going back to that one, that was the one I thought was the last place, but I think maybe I've changed my mind a little bit. It's starting to grow on me. Let's go to the Circus Liquor. Oh, swallowed that a bit wrong. It's really good. The only thing is like, does it interest me as much as the others do? That's the thing. That's my problem I'm having. They're all so good. This is so hard. It's like picking a favorite child. Like they're all the same. They're all the same whiskey. They're all from the same. I mean, it's kind of like a child, right? They're all from the same distiller, just different ages, a little bit different proofs slash IQs, but everyone's got a favorite. I say that as I'm childless. I'm gonna have to make a swapperoo here. I'm not gonna reveal this until I go back through it one final time all the way through. Let's move to Mission. Mission was the one that I thought was gonna come out on top. It's kind of hitting middle of the road here tonight. There are some really great ones that we're trying tonight. I know I'm getting progressively drunker, so it's also imperative that I make this decision quickly. But yeah, Mission's not quite doing it tonight. That's really disappointing. Okay, okay. Let's move to Sylvia. Sylvia's batch from KNL. I need a palate cleanse. These are catching up to me real quick. All right, fresh palate. Let's go to Sylvia's Secret Stash. All right, lowest proof of them all, but really packed with flavor. I mean, that one, I can't see how, if you were a bourbon lover, I can't see how you would not love that one. It's really, really good. It's a bit simple. It's a bit, like not super complex, but flavor wise, it is brown sugar. It is, it's funny. The BSB, the brown sugar bourbon, I don't actually know what that stands for, is less brown sugar bourbon than this one is, because this one is super brown sugar. They all have the same pedigree. It's basically like children. There you go, Kathy Joe. Yeah, like someone's falling. All ECBP is good, picks or batches. Yes. I'm glad I'm with friends who have the same mindset as me. All right. Let's move to the BSB Nanny's batch, which is imperatively better than Granny's batch Bookers. All I got to say about that. Man, that's just something else. That one elevates. That's hard not to be first place. It's the cinnamon. It's the not brown sugar. Almost said it, but I'm like, no, that's not brown sugar. It's more spicy. I mean, that's a great pick. Whoever the BS boys are, I'm finding you and I'm buying your picks. What's up, EJ? Good to see you, man. Cheers. Hey, EJ is a supporter of our Dungeons and Drams channel. We go live on Monday nights. I'm on with your favorite whiskey tubers. Myself, just kidding. Jason from the Mash and Drum, Ed from the Rock Gut Review, Bill the Whiskey Dick is our Dungeon Master, and Adriana from Whiskey Mountains is our newest player. If y'all want to see that, Dungeons and Drams, there's also a podcast if you prefer the podcast variety. We're on episode like 45, so we have a lot of episodes. So if you're just looking for a casual thing to listen to us fight some dragons, almost die like 20 billion times, especially if you're Jason. Check out Dungeons and Drams. And EJ just reminded me, they're there every night. So cheers to you. Even the ones that are called bad by whiskey nerds are still pretty damn good. I will say, I had one, I don't want to say it was bad. There was an 8-year pick that I had back in South Carolina that was just didn't do it for me. It tasted super young, super sweet, but not in the good ways. really let me down. And it was $100. But it wasn't bad. It just, compared to some of these other ones, it's just like these have just blown me away. So yeah, none of them are bad. I stand by that. All right, let's try the hazmat and then we're gonna make our list. I think I know my order now. That's hot in all the right ways. Like you said, loves on Maui for 6 years. We've met the West Coast in 21. Nice. It lived. I got it, but I love that you said loved. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't for me. Exactly. Exactly. Nimrax, cheers. No worries. You're coming in late. I appreciate you being here. Hey, those tuning in late, y'all are all welcome to join the chat and join in on the fun. Yeah, haven't been to Maui yet. It's on my list. It's on my list. I next time I go to Hawaii, I think we're gonna go to Maui. We've been to Oahu 3 times and have absolutely loved it. We can't wait to go to Maui. We just got back. What was it, a week ago or 2 weeks ago? We got back from Maui. So, all right. Think I got my order. Let me run through them real quick in my head, just making sure. Then we're gonna reveal my favorites and least favorites. Damn, that's so hard. Because the one that I have in last place right now, so damn good. I would buy that any day for the price that I paid for it. That one's better. I'm not revealing because I want to save the suspense, right? We're going to do the reveal after I do this last little taste through. Made a little swapperoo there. Oh, yeah. So damn good. I'm sorry I'm being quiet. I'm like doing my last little thing. Oh, that's tough. Don's still thinking about peanut butter cheese crackers. Fred's all right. They were just waiting for Cliffy to show up. I feel you. So was I. My third and second place, I'm conflicted about. I'm gonna have to do my top 3 little bit more thinking on it. Not my first place. My first place is set in stone. That one's fantastic. My second and third, doing a little back and forth. Let me just make a quick decision there. Okay. All right. Decisions has been made. Decisions has been made. Yes, you heard it. Cliffy's here. Cliffy's here to announce the results. Disclaimer again. 2 of these I don't know the age. I have no relation necessarily with any of these. I mean, 3 of them come from local stores. 3 were sent to me as samples. No bias was involved. I do have a favorite. I do have a least favorite. But every single one of these, I think is delicious. And you should buy it if you see it. I know they're hard to find, but I'm just saying, just throwing that out there. There's not been a bad ECBP pick that I've had. You ready for my results? They may surprise you. My last place, number 6 in my flight of 6 incredible store picks of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, actually comes out to be one of the first ones. The first one I ever bought. This is actually the first ECBP pick I think I've ever had, believe it or not. My last one is Circus Liquors, 10-year, 127.2. Now, again, this is just today's tasting, right? I could try this again next week and feel completely differently. Tonight, this one didn't quite do it for me. It felt like I think I said this when I tasted through it the first time. It tasted a little one note, but not in a bad way. Didn't quite, it just didn't quite stand out, even going back and forth. My fifth place was most likely the youngest tonight. This was the Liquor Outlet Wine Cellars 133.9. Still a very respectable pick. This one almost was my fourth place, sorry. But it ended up losing just slightly to one other one. So the 8-year, it's not my least favorite. The 10-year actually ended up being my least favorite tonight. My fourth place, which was what I thought was my favorite before doing this stream, having never compared any of these to each other, was Mission Wine and Spirits. This is a 10-year pick, 125.6. I could have sworn this was going to be my favorite, but again, that would be biased, and I'm not biased. I just may have had biases before I started. But that's my fourth place. It's actually like not even my top three. Still a damn good one though. Peanut butter brittle goodness, maybe a little cheese crackers too. Third place has to go to one of my favorite liquor stores out here in Southern California, K&L Wine and Spirits. This is their Sylvia's Secret Stash, another 10-year, 124.1. It's actually the lowest proof one we're drinking tonight. I don't know, something about this one. Every time I revisited it, even though it's the lowest proof, it has so much depth and has a long finish. I mean, if you put this up next to the 130 proof ones, I couldn't tell a difference. It's really that flavorful. All right, so now we're in my top two. We either have, neither of these I know the age statement on, which is sad, but also fun. We either have a 142.1 hazmat Elijah Craig barrel proof or a modest 130 proof Elijah Craig barrel proof. What do y'all think? I'm going to ask the chat. What do y'all think came in first? The hazmat or the 130 proof? The BSB? BSB or hazmat? Let me know in the chat. By the way, if y'all are still watching and you have not yet hit the like button, please click it, whether on your phone, your TV, your desktop, your iPad, your Walkman, whatever you're on. Hit the thumbs up button. It does help out the channel. And hey, if you're around this time most Thursday nights, hey, hit subscribe and hit the bell button. Be notified when I go live. I'd love to see more people turn out during the streams. I know this one's a bit more of a less informative, more just like casual, just drink along with Cliffy stream. But love to see y'all back on Thursday nights. Have a lot of fun here. All right. Fred said David OG picking hitter bottles. Yeah, David picked this Sylvia Secret Stash. Yeah, definitely top three. Really, really great. All right, the votes are coming in. EJ says hazmat. Don says hazmat. Nimrak says hazmat. Zofer says hazmat. Fred says BSB. Heather says hazmat. Embellish Podcast says Walkman. What? I'm listening on my 8-track. Still rooting for Backstreet Boys. All right, 2 votes for Backstreet Boys. The rest for hazmat. Let's reveal my second place. Let's do it backwards. My second place, believe it or not, is the hazmat. Now let me explain. This is absolutely fantastic. I have no complaints. I already finished my sample. I'm going to pour a little more because that was really freaking good. I have no complaints whatsoever about this one. It's rich, it's bold, it's flavor packed. The weird thing is, it's like, it's similar to some of these other ones that I felt have been like a little one note, but like in the best way, right? It's a really great note on it. But going back, it's really not though. Sweet up front, mid palate is rich, desserty, finish is oaky. It's everything I love about Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. The proof is highly drinkable. I am blown away with how drinkable this one is. I just feel like let's round it out. What's number one tonight? The BSB, which I have no idea what stands for. Backstreet Boys. We're just gonna call this the Backstreet Boys pick because Kathy Joe said so. So we're gonna go the Backstreet Boys number 236, 130 proof. I want to know more about this Nanny's batch. Who picked this? Where do I buy more? What other picks have they done? Where are they located? Please help me if you're watching this stream in the future. Tell me more because this is absolutely fantastic. Starts with the same sweetness, but it goes more honeycomb. Mid palate is still that earthy kind of richness. Back end, it's not quite as obviously not quite as high proof. Goes like a little bit of like a burnt cookie finish, which is weird, but in a good way. Like I like a good like crispy, like like the burnt ends around the edge of a cookie. A little bit of that on the finish. It's like a little more bitter just in general. I love that. I love the bitter. I love the oakiness. If you don't like that, maybe stick with the Imperial, the hazmat one. But these two were so close. Backstreet's back. All right. The BSB was Imperial Liquors. No, the BSB was, I have no idea. Imperial Liquors was the hazmat. The BSB was Nanny's batch. This is all the info I have, unfortunately. Yeah. This one was my favorite, but that hazmat, I mean, these two are so damn close. I would buy absolutely both of them at retail. I think they are both just incredible pours. Just tonight, the Backstreet Boys were hitting. All right. Sorry, I had to do it. So, what does tonight tell you? All Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is great. Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. Backstreet's back. Sorry, I just saw that comment and I totally missed that it was Whiskey Fancies. Hello, Whiskey Fancies. You know what's really weird? Okay, I'm not. Oh, Cliffy's here. First of all, Cliffy's here. Hi, nice to meet you. This Cliffy's my drunk name. If y'all don't know, I had a dream about Whiskey Fancies like 2 nights ago. Like not in a weird way. I'm just saying, like I dreamed that I like met up with them. And like we were like RVing together. It was weird. I don't know why I had this dream, but I was like, I dreamed about y'all. So sorry if that's weird. But love to meet y'all in person. I haven't done that yet, but I had a weird dream about like RVing y'all. So if y'all are interested in buying an RV and doing RV life, we'll do it. Sorry, I just had to share that when I saw you in the chat. But they've been doing great content. Just make sure to check out Whiskey Fancies, as with all the other whiskey tubers here. What does tonight tell me? That I made a good purchase of the Cliffy Bus shirt. Emily agrees. Boo, boo, boo. What are we booing, Nimrax? What are we booing? That I didn't pick the hazmat? The hazmat is incredible. These are all incredible. I love Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. I really, really do. Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of these. I happen to have some favorites, but my local stores have killed it too. So if you ever see an Elijah Craig Barrel Proof store pick, let me know. Leave a comment below if you're watching the replay, if you have a favorite pick, if you've had any of these, or if you can tell me what BSB stands for, because I want to buy more of their picks. They're so good. So good. But I think we're going to wrap it up here tonight. Thank y'all so much. Of course, the after party is happening for those of you that are Patreon members. You will see me over there. You will see Cliffy. You will not see Clifton because we're in Cliffy territory now. But if you're just tuning in for the stream, hey, tune in next week. I will be live. I'm not sure exactly what I'm doing. I have a couple ideas. Still playing with a few ideas. I think I have to buy a couple bottles to do one of them. But stay tuned. I'll let y'all know. We're also doing our monthly movie night for June, hopefully soon, which is my Patreon perk. $5 and up, you get access to a free screening of a 1980s movie that I've never seen before, but you all know and love. So if you want to see the details on that, patreon.com/bourbonbites. That was a terrible Backstreet Boys dad joke. Oh no, I missed it. Boo, boo, boo. Oh, is that what that is? Okay. Thank God, Whiskey Fancies. Not weird at all. Would love to catch up with you. Yeah, thank you. I'm like, oh no, they didn't respond. I'm like, oh God. I weirded them out saying I dreamed about them, but it wasn't a weird dream. It was a cool dream. But yes, would love to catch up soon. And maybe we've been talking a little bit on my Discord about doing like a Southern California kind of meetup sometime, maybe early next year, mid next year. Would love to do something. Not big scale, but just kind of a small get together for people that want to fly out here and hang out. Would love to partner with you on that and a few other channels that are out here on the West Coast. So y'all stay tuned. If anything comes to that, I will absolutely tell y'all about it. Everyone in the chat, y'all will hear about it first. Patrons will actually hear about it first, but y'all will hear about it second. But yeah, we've been kind of teetering on some ideas of what we want to do, but it'll be a very, very small, very intimate, very like it's not going to be like it's just gonna be like a literally a get together. Like we're gonna be like, hey, meet at this place at this time. You know, I'll tell y'all where we're staying and we can figure it out from there. But details to come, early to mid 2024. Until next time, this has been Bourbon Bites. Left you with a little bit of tease there, didn't I? Hey, if y'all want to follow that, you can email me at contact@bourbonbites.com if you want details. I'll put you on a list that I'm going to be compiling at some point in the future about this meetup. Haven't done it yet, but just stay tuned. Like I said, details to come. But cheers. I will see you all next Thursday. And I am feeling the ECBP, so I better go to the hangout. So cheers, y'all. See y'all next week. And until next time, this has been Bourbon Bites, whiskey reviews with an 80s twist. Cheers. See ya next Thursday. Bye.